Hey, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rayge, and we are finally back from vacation, back in full force here. But my goodness, what a crazy week it has been with the events that have happened, but as well what to look forward to. So, as per usual, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to stay up to date with Marvel Strike Force content, crush these events completely free to play, just like myself. Please give the channel a sub and future like for videos just like this, because we love to stay on top of it and obviously give you guys any kind of advantage we can, especially with being free to play on myself. So having said that, really important to point this out. At Reset today, there's gonna be some big things coming up, and we'll definitely be releasing some more content today just to go over some of the changes as well as prepare you guys for some of these key events. First and foremost, keep in mind the battle pass is turning over once again. There's going to be another refresh here of Ares, so that's going to be coming around the corner here. We also have some events that are ending in addition to some events that are also starting off. So first and foremost, obviously the big one here, I think just to wrap up the weekend, is the Weekend Arena Warriors. So if you guys haven't already, make sure you guys are going through doing those arena battles with the Annihilator characters that you've built up, because this has been great to build up some of these Annihilator orb fragments, obviously get more shards of these characters and build them up. In the meantime, especially with the scoring and how it works, you can capitalize on just using them and attempting them, and it's been nice. Even though the RNG has not been great, we're still getting some orb fragments here and there. We're still building up some of the other cumulative milestones, and at the same time some gold fragments here and there and resources that all do build up over time, which is pretty meaningful. We have the Orchis overload wrapping up here. As you can see, the battling and raids, they've been repeating this day in, day out for getting more fragments for shards of Nimrod. That's basically been the slow drip method to get more shards of him. We also have actually coming up some big things that are turning over today, and that's going to be Omega Sentinels activation events. There's going to be an Omega equivalent here of the Escape from Kyln event. That's going to be pretty meaningful. We'll talk about that in a little bit here, as well as another Dark Future event. The Dark Future event, if you guys recall, is the battling and Orchis raids, as well as earning these event orbs. Typically it's alliance based, but however you guys have been doing, it's been an absolute amazing avenue here for building up shards of not just Sentinel, but as well getting other fragments, resources along the way. And this has been the main one to actually add some extra dose here of Crimson Gear in addition to the T3 ISO8 purple. Very, very meaningful, because now with Dark Dimension 8 fully live and running, obviously each of those ions are going to be helping build up characters and getting them ready, especially when we have the Valhalla event right now that's ongoing for another month. And that's pretty meaningful, right? You want to take advantage of as much red stars as you can get for Odin, but remember, now that they've revised the change there, you are able to actually get a 4 red after completing it for the second time too. So definitely a great revision there that we did not cover before I left on vacation, but a good update, because that is in line with all the other Dark Dimensions we have seen in the past. Now, what I do want to talk about real quickly here is the main one here for Omega Sentinels activation. Sorry, is this the right one? Just want to make sure. Okay, my apologies. It's actually the Operation Omega, which is the earning here of Revolution Orb Fragments through the Omega Assault. And again, that's the equivalent here of the Escape from Kyln. Now, if you hit preview here, with these events, you always want to be focusing in on the monthly item, because this is going to be adding to the point total. I didn't get a chance to do it because obviously just getting back from vacation, but typically milestone 13 is what we're going to be aiming for free to play. Reason being is because this is what houses the monthly item here, being part of the multiple milestones that are building up for the monthly. That's the power dampener. So if you take a look at scoring, there's not a lot of mechanics here. Playing one raid with Orchis team is going to get you 10,000 points. So that's going to be a freebie right there. That's any Orchis character that's going to give you that that bonus there, and it does look like it just stops at 10,000 points, which is still a lot in my honest opinion. It just still helps out overall in the ground total. Now, where you're going to be getting some additional points is if you have some of these Orchis tech characters built up at 5 stars and beyond. So that's Sentinel, as you can see there, Nimrod, and as well as Omega. Most of us aren't going to have these characters at 5 stars, so you can completely cross that out, which means the rest of the points are going to be coming from the way of these Revolution Orb Fragments, which can be obtained in a couple of ways, right? There's going to be some free claims coming, I'm sure. Perhaps some other milestones built up during the week that's upcoming. Who knows? But the big one is obviously going to be earned from the Assault event itself. That is the Escape from Kyln Avengers Tower Blitz equivalent, and that we will be covering because they've added some additional floors, especially with the newer teams, right? You know, Annihilator characters, some of the Orchis members, and then as well recently when we previously last did the event, we actually stopped at 440 because we didn't have Spire Society and Cabal. And guess what? Now we have both those teams ready to go. So I will be adding that content here for you guys to go through. And remember, this is very similar to the last event, which is you can only use 3 characters for the event. So which one am I referring to? You hit the event here. You will be able to preview it, which is right here. The Omega Assault, battle through the inescapable prison. They say that Kyln is inescapable, intergalactic prison. Well, now it's time to find out. You see that they didn't really change the wording here, but essentially, it's going to be a 3-character team based on the cells requirements and then fighting through 52 cells. Now, what I will do, guys, for your reference is I did have content up to floor 40 last time. I'll link that below in the way of a playlist so you guys can actually navigate that. In the meantime, I'm probably going to make a separate video just to make it easier to kind of go through so that way you guys can streamline and quickly navigate which team levels and gear tiers I did instead of all the videos listed. But yeah, again, that's going to be coming up in another video. But in the meantime, I'll put my playlist below so that way if you guys want to follow through and just take a look at the actual gameplay, that's going to be available. But that's going to be the bulk of it. That's where a lot of these Revolution Orb fragments are going to be coming from, which is the Omega Assault event. And again, you want to be taking advantage of this because from what we've understood in these past milestone events that do come, typically that monthly item is obtainable. Sorry, I keep hitting that one. Operation Omega, that monthly item is obtainable. So we know milestone 13 is going to be accessible by most of us free to play, which means milestone 14 and 15 and 16, I think these are going to be the highly engaged players. I think this is going to be, if you have an opportunity to go beyond the typical means, I think floors, 35, 40 plus is going to easily hit these ones for those bonus Revolution Orb fragments. And what I don't think is obtainable is probably the bottom 3. The bottom 3 or maybe the bottom 4, just because it does jump quite a bit after this milestone 16 at 114,000 points. But we will see how generous they are, because sometimes they can be pretty gracious with the points, and it does surprise us in terms of what we can achieve. But obviously, like I said, we've prepared the preparation of getting as many characters as you can to go through Dark Dimension 8. You want to be capitalizing on all these ions as much as you can. And as well, if I'm not mistaken here, we go back to that event, sorry. I do believe, yes, there is a leaderboard tied to this as well. So as you can see, the top 10,000 players are going to at least get about 300,000 minimum here of the T3 ISO, as well as some of the ions here for, the credits here for the orbs themselves. So definitely want to do as best as you can, because this is going to be meaningful, adding more characters into your Dark Dimension 8 run over the span of this event. Having said that, there's also going to be a web milestone component tied back to this, which is going to be generating the Thanos Annihilator Orb fragments. So again, doing the refreshes every day, doing as high as you can in Arena, this is going to be adding to that web milestone side. That's in the meantime of the nutshell what's to come, guys. So again, I'm going to link all the information below. I'll be back with some more content. Definitely some exciting times to be on the watch for, as well as unpacking some upcoming data mines for the coming weeks. Thank you for your time as always. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.